Hi guys, and welcome back to Bite Size Excel. Today we're going to learn about how you add in checkboxes into your Excel workbook and how you can make these perform certain actions if you wanted to. So the first thing you want to do if you want to insert a checkbox is you need to make sure that you have your developer tab enabled. Now, if you don't have the developer tab, you can simply right click on your ribbon, go to customize the ribbon, and in this box here on the right hand side, you just check developer tab on and then click OK. And you'll get this developer tab box. And what we want to do if we want a checkbox, we're going to come to insert. We're going to use a simple form control checkbox in this video. So we'll click on that and then click in the workbook where you want your checkbox to appear. Now what it will do is it will come in with the wording checkbox in there. Now we can just delete that or change it to wording that you want. In this instance, I just want the checkbox. So I'm going to take the wording out and then I'm going to resize my checkbox to the size that I want it to. Now, essentially, this active area here basically means that if you click anywhere in that area, it will check. So you don't want it too big because otherwise when you click somewhere else in your workbook, you might just be checking this checkbox on and off. So once you have your checkbox where you want it, if you want to move it, just hold Control, click the checkbox. You can either resize it some more or move it to wherever you want it in the workbook, or use your arrow keys to move it around. And once you're happy with its position, you can check it on and off. Now, if you don't want your checkbox to do anything else, you're pretty much done here. You can also copy this down to cells below. And if this is, say, not coming up exactly where you want it, you can select your bottom one, say move it up a bit, and you want these all evenly spaced, hold Control, select them all, shape format, we're going to go to align, and we're going to distribute them vertically. What that will do is it will evenly space your checkboxes. You can also align them all to the center if they haven't come up that way. But say now you want your checkbox to do something when you tick it. In this instance, I might want it to do a strike through of this action 1. And to do this, what I need to do is I need to once again hold Control and select my checkbox, right click, and we're going to go to Format Control. Now these boxes here essentially tell you whether it's checked or unchecked or mixed, so we can ignore these for now. What we want to be doing is we want to be linking it to a cell. So in this instance, I'm going to link it to the cell that it's sitting on. So this is going to be M6. Now essentially what happens then, if we click OK, when we check this checkbox on, we get a true in that cell, and when we click it off, we get a false in that cell. Now you might not want to see that. In that case, what you're going to do is you're just going to format the text as white. True and false is still in there depending on whether, as you can see up here, whether you're checking it on or off. And this basically means you can use this true or false in a formula. So I mentioned earlier, say I want this to strike through when the box is checked. We'll click on this box, we'll go to conditional formatting, we'll go to new rule. And once we come into new rules, we're going to come to use a formula to determine which cells to format. And we basically wanted, if this cell here, M6, is equal to true, we wanted to do something. And what we wanted to do is we say wanted to strike through, and we wanted to go to a lighter grey colour. Let's pick this one here. And if we click OK, I'm actually going to make this a relative reference so I can copy it down later. I'm going to click on OK, and you can see that that's now struck through. If I uncheck it, it's not. Now, one point to note that while you can copy your formulas down, let's just take out these two checkboxes for a second. And if we were to go into this, go to Format Control, and make this so that it looks like a relative reference, you would think that when you copy this cell down, so Control and C to the next cell, that this would then strike through that action 2. But actually what you'll see that if you check this one, the top one's also checking. And the reason for that, if we go back in, Format Control, you can see it's still linking to cell M6. So you actually have to go in and change it manually, which is a bit annoying. It would be nice if this copied down like a normal relative cell reference right the way down to the bottom. But unfortunately, as you copy it down, you will need to go in and change them manually. So that's a really quick introduction as to how you can put checkboxes into your workbook and how you can use this true or false result of the checkbox by linking to a cell in conditional formatting, but equally you can also use this result in a formula if you want to. I hope that you found this video useful. Do let me know if there's any subjects you'd like to see in a future video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next video.